What's up, YouTube? ODST General back again with some EmergeNYC. It's been like 2 or 3 weeks since I last uploaded, guys. I do apologize about that. Like I said, that's probably going to be a thing. Right now, I'm really concentrating on map making for Arma 3. And like I said, just with all the stuff that happened with YouTube and like revenue cuts and stuff like that, I know some of that went back for some people. My losses have continued. I get my revenue and stuff on a monthly basis, but I do want to keep uploading videos. This is a little bit longer than I intended to go between videos. I did record an Operation Trebuchet video and it hasn't gotten released yet. I'm not sure if I will or not. I might just do like a news text-based thing for one of my Operation Trebuchet units and link that to you guys or something. We'll see. But this is a big update for EmergeNYC, and we're not going to talk about Halo or anything else here. We want to get into this. So this is the third-person update finally released here, so this is pretty exciting stuff now. You guys should be aware that the third person is only available in multiplayer. Now, with that being said, that doesn't mean you have to go out and join somebody. I mean, you know, definitely if you want to make full use of it, that's the best way to do it. You know, go out and join a group of people playing it together, but there's nothing to say that you can't go like this, host a room. Let's see here, let's make the password ODST since I'm recording this, just something real basic. And there is no other game modes, but you can set the players, anything like that. Minimum is 12 players. Unless somebody's guessing your password, anything like that, they shouldn't be able to get in. Obviously this is all pre-recorded. It's not a password I normally use. And you'll get a screen like this if you haven't hosted the game before. It's pretty simple. This is chat box. This just shows when everybody's ready here. Since it's just me, we're going to go ahead and start. Yeah, it feels more and more professional the farther this game gets. Performance-wise, it still has a pretty good ways to go. My gameplay of third person, I played briefly a couple days ago, and this is the first opportunity I've actually had to record it. Unfortunately, the girlfriend's dad's been out, well, he was on vacation. Ours finished up a little while ago, and, you know, I didn't want to record while he was sitting there, you know, right behind me. So, here we are finally getting to record this. I didn't get to play too much of it, but it felt like it needed a lot of work still. It just felt kind of off, but it's still really neat to have this. I did have some problems where, like, when you hold shift down the runs, for some reason, when I'd hold it down sometimes, it wouldn't always work. Sometimes I'd have to, like, double tap it to kind of get it going again. It's not like a double tap, like, locks it to walking or anything. It didn't seem like. It just seemed like it was kind of a bug. So we're just going to keep waiting here. It should hopefully go in just a moment to the gameplay. Another big change they made is that now when you spawn into a game, and I'm not sure if it's been like this for a little while with multiplayer, I don't think it has, but when you spawn in, you actually select which fire apparatus gets spawned in. So it asks also, do we want to load additional map details like trees, streetlights, etc., etc. You can choose no and change it later on. This is just basically if people are struggling with processing power or whatever. So we're going to select yes because we want it to run. I've got a couple different programs running in the background here right now, but hopefully everything should run okay. Next thing I'm going to do is, this game gets pretty loud as we've established in the past. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring down the volume here. And, oh, did not mean to do that. It's not a big deal for you guys. For me, I can barely see it. I accidentally changed the resolution here. I read apply, I didn't read the rest of that. And we're going to switch this back to full screen. Save that. And we're going to turn up everything for you guys here. So anti-aliasing is ×8. We're just going to keep that pretty basic there. I think that should be pretty good. Cat's starting to get angry. He wants dinner, but he doesn't get to eat yet. Alright, so that's all out of the way. We're going to go ahead and we're going to turn on traffic. I'm just going to put it on moderate, I think. Nothing too crazy here. And we're going to just set up, let's say, Battalion 5. Oh, I forgot. It freezes for a little bit when you're doing that. Let's see, your squad. Yeah, there's a lot of freezing when units go to spawn in for some reason. I'm not really sure why it takes so long to spawn in stuff and load stuff in this where it just basically freezes up. It's kind of weird. It's not like a regular loading or anything, so I'm not sure quite why it's like that. Hopefully that loads pretty quick. If this one probably loads, and I think we'll just go with these 2 units. We'll spawn in a ladder or something later. Kind of check that out. Now, as far as I can tell, too, you can't climb the ladders with people. I haven't tried really hard to get that to be possible, but I don't see any way to get like up to the ladder. As far as I can tell, there's no way to jump or climb on stuff. I could be incorrect on that. I just don't think I am. So as you can see, it does take it takes a little while sometimes for certain units to spawn in here. Squad spawned in quite a while after I clicked that. Battalion was pretty fast though, so there's that. Let's go ahead and check out the map real quick. I've kind of shown off the map updates every time I look at an update here, just to kind of check things out. Yeah, the map's getting better and better every update. A little bit more details. Yeah, there's still popping in and stuff. Still doesn't feel right, but you know, they're slowly improving it. They're slowly improving performance with it. So you know, I can't complain too much, really. You know, the finer details. I do still think that these street lights and stuff should have a higher priority. So let's go ahead though. Let's go ahead and get inside of one of these vehicles here. What did we do? We did Battalion 5. Let's go Battalion 5. And so we've got 2 options. We got a option for driver and the chief. We're going to do the driver here. So you can see when we do that, we spawn in on foot here at the quarters for the respective unit that we've selected, and the clothing. And then we start off in, you know, kind of just casual uniform. You're not in bunker gear. You're not in like really anything fancy dress wise. You're just kind of in station wear. So you've got your call information here on F1. Now these do seem like they're a little bit despondent to like actually being clicked. They do accept clicks if you do that, for instance. I just froze up the game. So you can see it's still got some issues, but basically what this should do once it decides it's going to respond again is it will basically let me get in here. It'll let me select a role. I guess it wasn't really frozen. It just seemed like it was frozen. You've got chat options here. You've got settings here. I forget what F6 is. I don't know if I ever actually figured that out. Okay, so F6 is just your ability to spawn in the various apparatus. And then F5, these 3 heads, is the different gear that you get. So you get sweater and shorts, for instance. And this varies from guy to guy, so this isn't the same on everybody. Let's go upstairs. I have actually not gone upstairs in any of my gameplay. Oh! And there's a good reason for that. Okay. Upstairs is no bueno. And you just clip through most objects. There's some stuff that's solid that recognizes you touching it, but most items still don't have any collision, anything like that. My biggest gripe with this update, though, really is the camera. The camera just is so weird because there's like a delay when you look around. It just doesn't feel natural when you're looking because it kind of swings behind the guy. And especially in these stations, it doesn't work out that well because these stations are so tiny. It's very difficult to get a camera. When you're on foot, you shouldn't have to deal with that. So let's go ahead. Now, I have seemed to have an issue with the controls here. Like when I press Z, the station doors don't want to open all the time either anymore. But you can right-click it and it'll open that way. So you can see our guy actually appears inside the vehicle. So you can see him. There's a little bit of movement, it seems like, but it just seems kind of like an idle animation. It doesn't necessarily... Well, there is no steering wheel in the exterior view when you're looking inside the battalion vehicle, but this needs a lot of work for the interior and stuff, and I don't know if that's why we get this camera, is because the interior's not finished yet and it needs that work or what. Now, pressing F will get you in and out. Doors don't open automatically when you get out of the vehicle. So when you're getting out of the vehicle, if you want it to look realistic, you actually have to open the door and then get out. Another issue I've had is actually interacting with stuff when you're on foot. You have to be kind of off to the side of it, otherwise you won't be able to interact with it. You can see right here, I'm clicking this door. You have to get it just right. Now if I can get it just the right angle, I can still do it right in front of it, but it's picky. I guess that's an issue that's been kind of ongoing with, in general with this game. With EmergeNYC is actually the menu buttons and like everything, and just the interaction area is way smaller than it should be. Alright, so another thing is too, you know, there isn't really building interior, so it's not a big deal. This doesn't need to be rushed yet, but you can't, like when you put on your bunker gear, you don't actually have any SEVA on, which not a huge deal. You know, that'll come later, I'm sure. I just kind of odd. And let's go ahead and we're going to press F2 here. And we are going to go to squad. So we've got this member of squad here. You can see squad spawned in right here. So an interesting thing is, I don't automatically get in the driver's seat. In fact, if you want to drive the vehicle, you seem to need to be a driver as far as I can tell. Seats are automatically assigned based on what role you are. And as far as I can tell, you can't change that. Let me just double check the controls, make sure I'm doing that correctly, because I don't really change the seats a whole lot. Yeah, so right now it says if I press 1, I should be able to get in the driver's seat, or at least change the camera to that. And that's not the case. It changes the camera, but I'm still not driving. So if I want to drive, I actually have to be in the role of the driver. You know, if I want to ride in the passenger seat, I need to be in the role of the officer, you know, and so on and so forth, varying, you know, depending on the role and the position you want to take. So we're going to switch over real quick here. We're going to get in the driver's position. So you can see we're now driving. Forgot how the controls work on this one. Oh, I clicked out. Give me a second here, guys. I gotta organize this real quick. Just make sure you guys can see okay. So it's pretty neat. Obviously, this is very, very early work in progress. This did get delayed and everything too because they were having some pretty critical bugs with it, I guess. I'm not sure the exact details on that, unfortunately. But here it is. This is third person. What do you guys think of this? I'm pretty excited for it. It's definitely a big step forward for the game's development. Hopefully it won't be too much longer. Then we'll be seeing the use of tools and equipment and stuff. You know, maybe seeing like the ability to actually get into the fire academy here and use some of that stuff, try it out. We're going to take a quick trip over to this call here, I guess, and we'll see what's going on here. I didn't look at what the actual call was. Car on fire on ramp. So it sounds like there's a car on probably an on-ramp or something that somehow caught on fire. That is a funky sounding siren. Now, cars seem to have trouble obeying traffic laws besides myself. I mean, I don't know if it's backwards or what. That might be the case here. I'm kind of curious about that. Well, this guy, he's just going straight through. We had a red light, he had a green, so I don't know. It just might be that they're not really acknowledging traffic lights still at this point. So we need to get over here if we can. I don't care about other traffic because I'm just screwing about. I'm not really sure which of these is what way, because obviously there's a lot of one-way streets here, and you know, there isn't really much indication to which street goes which way, other than the traffic, of course. So we can see that car on fire up here. We're almost on scene. Looks like we need to kind of get over on the left here, and then we can get over to it. We're going to be going into oncoming traffic, which is not good. We're not supposed to be doing this. Should have gone up to the next street, but, you know, once again, yeah, I'm not too familiar with the map, intimately speaking. These people, they don't care. At least he's got, you know, helmet and stuff on here. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't tried this. I don't know if this fire actually hurt you. I'm guessing probably not. Yeah, the car doesn't even have collision either. Yeah, I don't quite get how there's already, like, roleplay groups based around this. I don't know if they're just, like, practicing, like, communication and stuff and, like, responding to a scene, but it seems like it'd be difficult. Like, I get once this be further on how that would exist, but not quite yet. But let me know what you guys think once again. What do you think? Do you think that this game needs a lot more polish? Are you pretty excited with where it's at right now? Just looking forward to future updates. You know, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.